And here we go. Welcome back to Pigskin Isn't Just for Cooking podcast. Episode
10.
10? Double
Yeah.
digits?
We're
we
in
made
10.
it. Heck yeah. This is Adam Bullock, your commish with the dish. Here with Evan Forbus, a.k.a. Kissing Cousins. How you doing today, bud?
Good. It's a beautiful day.
It is a beautiful day.
Today's the 22nd of October.
And pre-winter hit.
Yeah, it's like 75, 74 degrees out, something like that. Looks like a perfect day.
It's fall's back.
Yeah.
And it should, hopefully it lingers.
Hopefully.
I got a bunch of
I heard next week
leaves
is
to
going to be
clean
gross.
up. God damn it. For some reason in my neighborhood, all the leaves end up in my yard.
It's just how it blows.
I just have that house. I just have that house.
Nice.
Gosh darn it.
A little extra work.
Yeah, no, it's good. A fun week. Week 6. We're going into week 7, right?
Yeah.
It was a fun week.
I think so.
A lot of stuff happened. Let's get started, right?
Yeah, I got just one little correction.
Oops.
Oops?
Oops, like that's the best job you've ever done, oops, right?
Please tell me you did not just make a mistake.
Well, half of one.
Last week, Leon said something about us, having full-time jobs, while trying to do this, which that is not correct. I do not have a job.
Dude, you are a parent.
Sure, but,
you are a husband.
Yeah.
Do you have a full-time job?
Yeah, but, 5 days of the week, that kid is in school from like 8 o'clock till 2 o'clock.
You work on this podcast?
I do. And I do my school stuff, but I just had to correct you there. Only one of us has a full-time job.
I gotta say, yes, I do. I am pulling like 65 hours a week right now, but
So enough for both of us.
Like I couldn't do this podcast without you, man.
I appreciate that. I have fun doing these notes and these little scripts that we look at that nobody else knows that we look at. But yeah, because we don't have the video
notes.
yet,
and I get to write my notes on top of your notes,
Yeah.
and it's really fun. But
Yeah.
yes, let me recorrect that we both have full-time jobs, and we still have time to do this for you guys.
There you go. Love it.
Right?
Love it.
All right. So we're going to jump right on into this, get it going. We did our one correction. If it was a correction, we'll jump right into the news.
Yeah.
Who will the Patriots' #1 receiver be this weekend? My brothers are fantasy warriors. We share our knowledge with one another. Whatever my brother knows, I know. And all of their knowledge will be mine. I'm gonna crush you guys this week.
Couple big trades.
Crushing trades.
And maybe a pending one. So first one is out of the Carolina Panthers. The commissioner put it very well when he got in today. An everything must go sale.
It's a fire sale.
Fire
Everything
sale.
must go. They fired they fired their head coach.
Rule, yeah.
And they're trading their star players.
Yeah.
For commodity picks.
Sure.
Which is great, but it really puts their interim coach in a pickle. I would hate to be that guy.
Yeah, that's rough over there because Rob Anderson, he's been traded to the Cardinals.
Yeah.
After some issues, I guess, of him. He was a little irritated about what was going on offensively.
It was a sideline thing. Yeah. I think he's been irritated over there for the past few years.
Sure.
I think they thought...
Did he come over there right from the Jets? Or was he somewhere else in between?
No, I think he was there the whole time. He's 5 or 6 years in the league.
I could have swore he's been on the Jets before, but I'm not going to look that up on my phone. I'll fix it in post.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, absolutely. I really think, though, he was drafted by Carolina. He's been there for 5 years.
Okay.
I really think so. But that can be a correction for next time.
Yeah, on you. So, yeah, he's going to the Cardinals, and on the heels of that, we just found out Thursday night is when this...
During the game.
Yeah,
it really eclipsed the game.
Which was awesome, by the way.
Yes.
It was a great Thursday night game.
Well, Amazon can't catch a break, right? They have really shitty Thursday night games, and then when they really have a good one, it's trumped by this trade.
Big news. Traded to the 49ers.
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey.
That's huge.
Huge.
That's huge. I don't think they're going to play this week. I think
He might. He's still up in the air.
You think so?
It's on the the head coach, I forget, of San Francisco. He's saying he might play still. It's undecided whether he will play Sunday. So he could play.
I don't think that happens.
He might not, but I'm saying he has that option of playing.
And that really hurts Chris Alex this week. Really great for Dan though.
Yeah.
Because he's facing up against.
Oh, because he's facing Dan. Yeah. And I posed a question on the message board. Does this help Jimmy Garoppolo at all?
Yes, it helps the quarterbacks as a whole, but it definitely does not help the wide receivers.
No.
Like Christian
Ayuk still might
McCaffrey.
maybe take a hit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey he's the workhorse, right? And maybe they don't go into that with him, but he has the potential to do it.
San Francisco's looking good.
Yes, this definitely changes the Vegas odds, I think, for Super Bowl stuff.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it has to,
The
right?
road goes through San Francisco now?
I mean, I think this is a tough one. I like to look at it as the past 2 years. Look at the past 2 years. Christian McCaffrey has maybe played half the seasons.
Sure.
So he's injury prone.
Yeah.
But when he is available, he's
your guy.
He's the guy.
Yeah, he's
right?
your guy.
And that could have been on a football team like he was on to do that. But with more mouths to feed over at San Francisco,
right?
Maybe they're just going to bait him.
Yeah.
For defenses.
Hope not. Yeah. Because he's kind of a fun guy to watch.
Right.
But yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be interesting to see. Moving on.
Yeah, sure.
Marquise Brown out for at least a month.
Yeah, that was part of the Robbie Anderson pickup, I think.
Yeah.
But
still a bummer. He's a guy you would like to be able to.
Dude, he was great. He was great for the first 6 weeks. He was averaging double-digit targets.
Yeah.
Like he was a go-to. Really sucks for Beetle.
Yeah. Beetle's got some issues this week. We'll get to the other one here in just a minute. Pardon me.
But DeAndre Hopkins is back.
Yeah.
For them, and he looked like he didn't miss a beat, to be honest.
DeAndre Hopkins looked good.
He looked like he was ready to play. Maybe he's still taking those PEDs. I don't know. Do they test him again while he's out?
Don't need to. Looks fine.
But he looked really smooth. He'd catch a ball, be like, "I got this."
Yeah.
It was really fun to watch him again.
I was a little nervous, not to get too much into that game, about Rondale Moore because he came out of the gate like, oh man.
He had a 35-yard reception right out of the gate. Yeah.
It's like, oh man, is it because DeAndre is getting the coverage now? This is what's going to happen, and then just did nothing else the rest of the night.
Right. Yeah, I know we were messaging at the time. You're like, you're just like, oh man, maybe I should have put him in. I'm like, maybe you should. No.
I don't think I'm going to listen to your advice anymore because you've given me some bad advice in the past about whether to put a receiver in during that rainy game in Chicago and stuff. And
you mean when we were facing each other?
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh,
how dare you give me bad advice when we're facing each other? Moving on, Carson Wentz out 4 to 6 weeks. Does that help or hurt the Commanders? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's Henny time.
It's a wash. Yeah, it is.
$50 Henny time.
Yeah. We'll see.
Henny? I don't know.
Washington's got their own issues besides that, but J.K. Dobbins is getting knee surgery, so he is out 4 to 6 weeks.
That was news to be honest, because he just came back after being gone.
Put up a good game.
And did really well.
Yeah.
And then now all of a sudden having microscopic, knee surgery, tunneling it out.
Yeah. That 4 to 6 weeks. That's that classic. That's that standard. I don't know. 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah. Baltimore running backs. Here we go.
Yeah.
We talk about it every show. I think I even messaged at the message board. I'm like, all right, because it's Hill after that, right?
What's that? Oh, in Justice Hill? Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
But after that, we got some questionables. DeAndre Swift for Melvin, questionable. I think he'll play.
Hopefully.
Tyler Lockett for me. I hope he plays.
I want to say something about Tyler Lockett because I looked up this. I found this fact, looked it up. He's only missed 1 game in his entire career.
Yeah.
He started out playing 95 games, 6 seasons, 95 games in a row. And then he missed his first game in week 15 of 2021. last year.
And
That's huge.
I was so happy I got to trade for him. Even last year, he caught every pass I was thrown to him. He had the best out of all wide receivers.
Yeah.
And please, somebody look this up.
Yeah,
but
please
I know I read it
correct us.
somewhere.
Yeah. Or,
I
verify
know I read it somewhere that he was
like a perfect
the best
receiver.
He was the perfect receiver.
Yeah. I'll buy that.
Yeah, he's great. I hope he plays.
Yeah.
I got him on. Yeah.
That's your guy. He's in your lineup, so hopefully he plays. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent. I just found that. I thought that was outstanding.
Yeah, I love tangents.
That's crazy.
That's totally fine. Hunter Renfrow, questionable.
That's a late week addition, so that's not good news.
Yeah.
Late week injury report additions are tough.
Yeah, at the end, yeah. Right when you're about to set your lineups.
Yeah. For
sure. Rashad Bateman, questionable. I think he might play.
It's game time. They say they probably won't know until 90 minutes before kickoff. So that's a game. That's an early morning. You're waking up and you're watching that report.
Well, is it a midday game?
For the Ravens, I'm not sure. We got our pick sheet right here. Baltimore is it's a noon game.
It's a noon game? Okay, so that's good. So you'll be able to know that. Beatles got some lineup issues anyway, which we covered earlier. Yeah. I'm facing Beetle this week, so.
You're good.
Just my luck to. It's just my luck. I'm not even going to say it.
Yeah, for sure. Don't.
I'm going to knock on wood here. Hopefully everyone can hear that. Reynolds for Johnny, questionable. Keenan Allen, still questionable. Who knows? I mean,
still hasn't played since week 1.
Sit the season out.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Oh, no.
I got Mike Williams.
I've got Gerald Everett.
Yeah, right. That's good. Hey, we can talk about that, right? Because we're here together.
Yeah, for sure.
Talking about our fantasy football league.
I can talk about the benefits I have of his guys sitting out.
And Andrew is questionable for a while. I really think he plays.
Yeah, he should. Hopefully. Yeah. I mean, that's a guaranteed probably 12 to 18 points. Guaranteed.
I feel like it's a guaranteed 20 points.
I mean, his floor, besides that one 5-point game he had like 2 weeks ago in week 4 or 5 or something like that, I mean, it's been 20, 23, 25, and then maybe a 12-point. I don't even think it was that low. I think his lowest had been like 20. I don't know. Look it up, somebody. Tell us.
Yes, please tell us. We're asking for all these inputs and we don't get anything.
Yes,
but you guys are hilarious. We got to pause because we're laughing too much.
Yeah,
but that's all good because we love you guys. This is why we're doing it. Notable outs for this week: Julio Jones. I read the other day that they're just playing the long game with Julio Jones.
Yeah, not gonna risk it.
Yeah,
looking ahead. For sure.
Let's look at playoffs. Yeah. Because I agree. If the Buccaneers make the playoffs, they could win the playoffs.
Sure.
Right?
They have talent on the team.
Right.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady is great in the playoffs. That's just one of his many stupid stats.
Yeah. He does good in those situations.
Darren Waller out. Which, who was Darren Waller on? Does Dan have Waller?
On the Raiders, I believe.
Well, right, the Raiders, but...
Dan or... Dude, I wanted to say Beetle had him, but I'm not quite sure. I can look it up here in just a second. Darren Waller... okay, I guess I can't look it up in just a second.
No, it's okay.
Sorry.
When he's on a team, that's tough. It's also a down year for Waller overall because, they have Devontae Adams on the team, and he's soaking up all the targets. Hunter Renfrow... Yeah. Also a really good wide receiver in the slot there.
Daskell has him, by the way.
Oh, Daskell has.
Daskell's got it.
Oh, man, we were way off.
He just picked up the Buccaneers tight end, Otten.
Okay.
Which is a bummer because I put in for that tight end, too. I put in $1 more than he had, but I didn't get him. Why? Because my empty bench spot wasn't on my bench. It was on my taxi squad. So because my empty spot was on my taxi squad, I did not get that pickup because it would have put me over a roster limit. So for you fellows out there, if you have a taxi spot open, that does not count as an open bench spot for a pickup on the waiver wire, and you will not get that pickup.
Wow.
I was very irritated that morning. I was mad until I realized what happened, and I can't blame the app. I did, but I shouldn't. But yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah,
That's
he bid nothing,
crazy.
and I readjusted my bid. I'm like, I'm going to put $1 just in case someone does. And because of that, Daskell has a tight end this week. He would not have had a tight end.
Are
or
you
he would not
facing
have
Daskell?
had that tight end. No, Raul is, so whatever. But the 2 number ones, that would have been a hit.
Yeah, well, you would have been a favorite to Raul.
Well,
But
not that I'm trying to do either one of them either favors.
right, but yeah, I mean, you wanted another
they're
tight
in my
end.
way at this point.
That's very interesting
Yeah.
that you bring that up, because I really feel that when I try to pick up a player, they don't even let me take off my taxi squad.
Had I moved someone to my taxi squad, because I could, I had a couple 1 or 2 years, I
Right.
would have been able to make that trade, but I didn't. I just assumed, hey, I got a spot on my taxi squad.
I did see
the guy
you-
was this is his first year in. He is a rookie. He was going to go immediately to my taxi squad,
Right.
but c'est la vie.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
You know, it's our league. He might end up back up on
If
the
I
waiver
don't
wire
win
at
this
some point.
season, it's because I did not pick up
That's the reason.
Tom Otten. I don't know.
That's really interesting. Well, thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But other notable outs: Elijah Moore,
Who is basically out because he doesn't want to play on that team.
trouble in New York, huh? Yeah,
Awkward.
once traded out, but is not going to get traded out by the deadline. Trade deadline
Right.
is November 1st.
Right, and they're saying they're not hitting that.
She's like, no, we're not doing that. You can ride the bench all you want.
So we'll see.
That's a very interesting predicament.
Yeah,
I feel like there's a lot of teams that could really use Elijah Moore.
but the Jets have been winning games without really utilizing him that much. So
Right.
I don't think the Jets are really affected by it at all.
No, well, I mean, they weren't targeting him anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I
it's-
mean, they're fine. I
yeah.
think they're just all like, well, what if Garrett Wilson gets injured? You know,
Sure.
like, what if, I mean, Elijah Moore's a great wide receiver in a
Yeah.
weird situation.
yeah, yeah.
So, yeah. After that, some notable.
Oh, by the way, your boy Russell Wilson is officially out.
Yes.
He was already on your bench, but it came out
I
a
saw
couple
that this
hours
morning.
ago.
I
Yeah.
picked up his backup, but I'm playing
Yeah.
Daniel Jones.
Yeah, you should be because
I mean, they're winning,
I got
right?
it. Well, we'll get
He
to our
doesn't have a
picks.
good matchup, but
we'll get to our picks later.
yeah, I don't even know if I'll pick the Giants, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Well, we'll see. Because it's my turn this week to
Pick 'em live.
Pick 'em live, or sort of live
for us.
But anyways, some must starts maybe. Dak Prescott back,
First week back, we'll see.
right
We'll see.
after surgery, hand must be healed up, no restrictions,
Mm-hmm.
going for it. Dak Prescott and Jonathan Taylor
Yep.
back
Ooh,
in the
starting
lineup.
again. Yeah.
Good for Beetle
Good
against
for the
me.
Colts.
Ugh. Scary.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's our news date. Let's go on to our weekly report.
Yeah, the highs and lows of the week.
Mm-hmm.
I have a brand new sound bit for that the commish has not heard yet.
I know you've been keeping it secret from me.
So here we go.
We're gonna talk about the best of the best. Talk about my team. Guys, you nervous, excited?
I'm shocked. I'm bewildered.
I am a champion! Success in all endeavors.
I love it. That is great.
It was a little loud on our end at the beginning. I'll tone that down when I put it in.
Let's
but
blast it. They're gonna be listening in their cars anyway, and they could be be at a stoplight and be like, "What are they listening to?"
Oh boy.
That's fantastic. Right into that awesome, fantastic fanfare, highest scorer, Johnny. Well done.
Hey.
172.72.
Nice job, buddy.
You did it. You did it. You weren't projected to do it at first, but you did it.
Yeah, I was projected to win, and he told me not to get so many points, and
And your
did
team
it.
listened.
So you're welcome.
I don't know if he has a Floridian influence on your teams. They're just making phone calls out there.
Oh.
Hey, because those phone calls work. Because
do.
Dan beat me a few weeks ago doing that phone call to Josh Jacobs.
Beat you by not very many points.
No, which happens to be kind of, his thing.
Yeah.
Or losing by not very many points.
This week, we'll get to
Lowest score this week, Mike Melvin.
Yeah.
I was against a tough showing, bro. He had the bye week blues.
Yeah.
And again, I need a harmonica.
Yeah,
for
we got to
this.
get a little ditty.
Yeah.
A little ditty. Yeah, 87.76. That's tough. That's tough.
That's bye week blues.
gonna
Because
happen.
it was Detroit and the Titans out. His
Yeah,
running game
Henry and
machine. Yeah,
Swift.
Henry and Swift out.
Yeah.
I was hoping I was gonna win, and I did, but I didn't do very well this past
You
week.
were
And
one of the lower scores.
Yeah, we'll go into that.
Fourth lowest. Yeah.
But
we'll get there.
players of the week, highest QB played, Evan Forbes, Burrow, 44.5 points in our league.
He's doing very well.
Heck yeah,
He's doing very well. He's
turned it
bouncing
around.
Back. Yeah.
Oh, did they lose that game though?
Cincinnati. Well, we can look on our new sheet that I just kind of did. They won against New Orleans in Week 6.
Oh, they did.
I picked New
Sorry,
Orleans.
this whole Thursday.
Yeah, I know.
This whole Thursday stuff throws me off sometimes.
It gets weird. We're in Week 7. We're talking about Week 6.
Right. That's just because we have full-time jobs.
Yeah. Yes, I guess.
After that, top running back on the week, also yourself, Ramondre Stevenson, with 23.1 points. Awesome. Do you see him going forward?
Damian
with
Harris
that?
is coming
He's looking
back.
good.
Apparently, he's probably
quicker
going
than
to
usual,
play.
than what was expected.
I don't know. It's a bummer, man. But we'll see. I will probably play Stevenson this week against the Bears because
Why not?
you can run against the Bears, and I'll probably play him.
Heck
And
yeah.
if not, I can always throw in Darnell Mooney at the last minute if it comes out that Damian Harris is really ready to go. But I will never do that because I would never play Darnell Mooney over Ramondre Stevenson.
Well, I really think the Bears need to get another wide receiver out there. A top wide receiver.
Well, we
That
got
will
Harry.
help. That will help Darnell Mooney out a whole lot.
Yeah, absolutely,
know,
absolutely.
But that's my little tidbit. On to wide receivers.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase, finally on the top of the wide receiver board with 36.7 points for Johnny.
Very
Jamar
nice.
Chase has been quiet all season.
He's been trickling in
Right.
a little bit. Yeah, it's been a lot of Higgins. Joe Mixon's been doing a lot of work on that team.
Yes.
He's running a lot of plays on that team. I think
The
he
running
had-
backs total. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like the highest attempts for like the first 3 weeks or something like that. I'm not sure where he's at now, but yeah, they're running a lot of plays on the ground. But when they got their good passing games, Higgins is getting a lot of them. Boyd is getting a decent chunk.
I mean, they have a great wide receiving crew.
Right. You want to talk
You
about
know.
mouths to feed, and those are all 3 outstanding players.
Right.
So
And in my mind, a better wide receiving crew than maybe Miami, which everyone's talking about or
Well, you got-
was talking about.
And you only have 2. Gesicki is good. They're tight end, but right, Mike Gesicki.
At Miami?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got Tyreek Hill and Waddle, but that's basically your only 2 threats.
Right.
But-
But rather than 3 over
Right.
at Cincinnati.
Exactly.
Yeah. Moving on, top tight end again, Mark Andrews,
Yeah.
23.6 points for Raul.
He's gonna be on here a
Like
lot.
that's the way it is. That's Mark Andrews. Hopefully he plays. I have the backup tight end, but I don't see playing him. I'm having lots of questions at who I'm going to play at tight end. This week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Maybe I'll dabble on that a little later.
Oh, after the break.
Yeah, but moving on, best defense in the league this week, the Colts.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, at 21.62 points for Beetle.
Yeah. Took it to Jacksonville.
Yeah, that was a fun game. And I picked Indy over Jacksonville.
Of course
that
you
week.
did. You love
Yes.
Indiana.
I am.
You
all
love the
in.
Colts.
I don't love the Colts
This year.
but I'm all in on the Colts.
Yeah.
Let's get it. They're just warming up. It's
Dude,
gonna
we're
be
a third
great.
of the way through the season. Yeah, exactly.
A third? We're like halfway through for
No,
at least our season,
Oh, our season. Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because
Our season, we're
playoffs
halfway.
start week 14.
Right.
We're at the halfway point.
This week. Yeah. I love it.
Woof. I
love
don't.
it, dude.
Where's the time going?
Oh, we're getting there. Let's talk about the benchwarmers of the week. These are the guys that did the highest on benches. I think for the second week in a row, I've got the benchwarming quarterback of the week, Jimmy Garoppolo, sitting at 26-19.
Are you playing them this week?
No, I've got Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert.
Yeah, that's true.
Jimmy Garoppolo over. I will be playing Jimmy Garoppolo over Justin Fields during my bye weeks.
Gotcha.
So
How many trade offers you got out right now?
None at the moment. I've rejected the ones I've
Just immediate rejection. Not happening.
I let him simmer for a day or two.
But yeah, I mean, you got to think that. You know,
Yeah, he's
Christian
getting there.
McCaffrey.
And then with the addition of
great.
exactly with the addition of McCaffrey, that he might be sitting at a 23 floor at this point. Which before then it was like an 18, 19 is about his floor, which okay for bye weeks. But now, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah, and especially after the McCaffrey news, I'm really glad I did not trade Jimmy Garoppolo. Let's go on to the running back on the bench of the week. Is that Deion Jackson?
Yes.
He's on the not the Eagles. The Deion Jackson. He's on the Ravens? No.
He is. He was on Indy? Oh my gosh, we are so unprepared for this.
Not good at this apparently. Anyways, Raul had him on his bench, 23.10. He is on Indy.
Yes, he was Indy because of people being out.
Right. Second year running back on Raul's bench. Not a bad guy to have on your bench as a second year.
But everybody's back, so we'll see if he holds on to him.
Right, exactly. Next up, we got the wide receiver on the bench of the week. That was Ayuk.
Yeah, I called that.
Old Raul killer.
Yeah, I think in our message board, I'm like, well, here we go. I'm going to be on benchwarmers of the week with this guy.
24.3 is what you left on your bench this week, buddy. It's all right.
Well, I got the win.
Yeah.
But it's good news.
Yeah.
It's good news because I'm hanging on to him.
I will say
it's his first game ever in his career to have 2 touchdowns.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Moving on up, a little risky with Christian McCaffrey coming there, but could also open things up.
Yeah, we'll see. Next 2 games will be once he starts, a full game, 2 games after that will be kind of what we see, what's going on with that offense. Up until now, everyone that's had these bench warmers have won their matchups. So, didn't obviously hurt the matchups until we get to the last 2, which are both Dan's. And Dan lost his matchup by less than 0.75. It was like 0.67.
It was like half a point.
It was disgustingly close.
That's so sad.
Yeah, he left Mike Gesicki on the bench for his tight end, 24.9. We just got done talking about him over Miami. One of those, he's a threat, but he has his good weeks, but he also has a lot of kind of down weeks.
Right.
And then he left the Seahawks on the bench with 22.9 points as well. But I believe he played the Cowboys. So I want to say his Cowboys got more than that, but I couldn't tell you, except I'm looking at it right now. And the Cowboys got 17.4. But you would have played the Cowboys over the Seahawks, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. I mean, he made the right move. It just didn't turn out that way.
Well, and the Cowboys were playing the Seahawks. No, they're playing the Eagles. Never mind. Cowboys are playing the Eagles. So, I don't know. Either way, Dallas is really good defense. Dallas has been a good defense. He made the right call. It was just a bummer that he ended up with a higher defense on his bench.
Heck yeah. And those were the bench warmers of the week.
Yeah.
Let's go into our week 5 matchup review.
Going through our matchups.
Oh, is this we got a new sound bit for this one too?
You ready for it?
I'm so ready.
Here we go.
You're down by 7 with 4 minutes to go.
I'm gonna be lucky if I get a point out of these donkeys. Oh my God, there was a sack.
That's a point.
And a fumble.
That's another point.
Oh my God, they're running it back.
No.
That's 6 points. That was an 8-point play.
Are you kidding me? Am I seriously gonna lose to Taco? Come on.
Oh, that's so hilarious how that worked out. Because that is our first play by is fully inflated balls against Taco.
Yeah, he was the high scorer of the week. We start off with a high score matchup.
That is great. On paper, it was a really close game.
Between Johnny and Chris?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
On paper, it was really close. Mm-hmm. Tom Brady didn't show up. Matt Stafford didn't show up. But who did? Breece Hall. Really going for it. Kind of making me regret trading that number 1 overall pick. But
who did you get instead? You got Chris Olave.
Yes.
Who had a great game.
And Michael Pittman Jr.
Thursday. What's that?
And Michael Pittman Jr. We did a first round pick swap for players, and I'm like, I don't need another running back.
Gotcha.
So
I gotcha.
But still, you're just like,
yeah.
You think about what could have been.
Yeah, Breece Hall 19 points, not bad.
Yes. Breece Hall time ago, Jamar Chase absolutely showing up, 36.7 points. He was only slated to get 16. That's what happens when you catch 7 for 10 for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And one of them over 40.
Right.
What a good wide receiver.
That's great points.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill,
Yo.
named fastest man in the league.
Yeah.
Still showing up. I think he was off injury. He was on the boot.
They were both
before, right?
Yeah, him and Waddle were both kind of questionable coming into this game too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he showed up with 23 points out of his slated 17 with 12 of 15 for 177 yards.
Yeah, that's without a touchdown. You had a touchdown to that, you're pushing, 30.
Yeah, you're up there.
Yeah.
That's great.
He's got
15 looks, 15 passes.
That's good numbers.
That is great numbers.
Yeah.
Zach Ertz showing up with 7 of 10 for 70 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Stephon Diggs also there, 10 of 13. Johnny's got that wide receiver game going on.
Not this week.
Ooh.
Bills are on the bye.
Oh, Bills on the bye. No Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs got 25.8 out of 18 points.
Yeah.
Really doing it. Devernay
Oof.
for Johnny, crashing back to earth.
Oof.
Only 3 points.
Tough.
But I feel like that's still a strong play to play,
Yeah, you can't fault him for playing the guy. I mean, I told them last week he got 12, the week before 11, then 17, 26, 21. He's a solid flex play.
Absolutely.
Up until last week. It's just 1 week.
Just 1 week.
That's it.
And he still got the win out of it.
That's
even
it.
though it didn't happen. Kirkham's Cousins showing up, doing 20 of 30.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's Kirk Cousins numbers, right?
But it's middling. Johnny likes to call it middling numbers. He's the mediocre whatever.
Not a fan of his own team. Got it.
Yeah. I'm still named after the guy. My team is still named after him. So,
Maybe we should go for a trade. It could be happening. But it might be. I think it is a contract year for Kirk Cousins.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know. Maybe
We'll
not
see.
trade for him.
Well,
Do you want to go over?
Yeah. Like I said, we kind of already went over the bench warmers, so he didn't leave a whole lot on the bench. Tom Brady, not really showing up a whole lot. Only did 25 out of his 40 attempts for 243s and 1 touchdown.
That's kind of unlike him. I think the social media and life is catching up to him.
I mean, he averages, 47 passes a game?
Right.
He was throwing 52 or 58, whatever, a few weeks ago. But the only completing 25 is what I'm looking at on that. I mean, you're just barely over 50% at that point.
Right.
So, yeah, that was a tough day for Brady. McCaffrey, over projecting like he likes to do. He got 21.3 for Chris Alex out of his projected 17. That is with a plus 40 reception. He had 69 yards on the ground, 89 in the air. He had 7 out of 8 receptions. But he's on a new team. So we will see what that number does next week.
Yeah.
This week.
I really don't think he'll play this week. But
No. And you can't be mad. He's got to learn an entirely new offense.
Yeah, and a very what's the best word for it?
Short time?
Well, no, in a very short time, yes, but a very complicated offense.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
That West Coast offense,
Yes.
little different.
It is. It is. I mean, it's not an East Coast offense. That's
No,
for
it's
sure.
not. After that, Saquon Barkley almost hit his projection, just barely missed it by less than a point. He had a touchdown for the day, 22 carries, decent amount of work.
Still the workhorse.
Decent amount, man.
I
Gotta
mean,
love that.
They beat Baltimore, and I picked him. Woo!
Yeah, you did. That's why we don't do the half points for touches anymore, because those are disgusting numbers.
Yeah, because that would have been 11 extra points for him.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I'm glad we got rid of that.
Yeah.
But I do kind of miss it. But
I do like this play. Wan'Dale Robinson was only projected to get 4 points. He showed up. He got 11.2, which, obviously that number is okay, but he did have a touchdown, and I just like that play. He was only projected 4 points. Obviously, Chris Alex took a risk by putting him in.
Absolutely.
Got a touchdown out of him.
Got a touchdown,
Yeah.
and that's what saved the fantasy score. I mean, Chris Alex put up a great team this week. Just unfortunately, it wasn't Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, and
Right.
Stephon Diggs.
Cortland Sutton, kind of under projected, only got 2 points. Robert Tonyan, 19 points, had 90 yards, 10 out of 12 receptions. Not too bad.
Looks like Green Bay's got a new receiver.
I guess,
Not a
but
new
you
one,
just
but
Start winning.
all reliable.
Yeah, they just got to start winning games. They've lost the last 2 games.
Yeah.
Terrible. And then Darrell Henderson, is doing work in Los Angeles, only 12.2, underprojected a little bit.
Gonna keep on getting work.
Yeah, he will. The Rams just aren't as good as they were supposed to be this year, so Then Jalen Hurts didn't have his best game, only 15 out of 25 completions. That's shocking to me. He only completed 15 of his passes.
Well, they did it. They did it on the ground.
Dallas.
They did it on the ground.
Yeah, and they did play
They're
Dallas.
undefeated, so I mean you can't blame them. It just wasn't in the game script, you know.
Yeah. And the Packers did not have a good day for their defense.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go on to the Raul and Beetle matchup,
Heck yeah.
Raul did win this one, 160.98 to Beetle's 144.38. Raul is sharing first place right now with Daskell. Some stars for...
Must be luck.
I can't get going again. I listened to that so many times
Dude,
while I was
I
editing it, dude. Oh, that's too good.
We know. 15 minutes in of last week, everybody was laughing. even
Depending on your platform, 15:15 or about 15:30, depending on
right.
where you're listening to it at. Marcus Mariota had a pretty okay day. Got 25 points for Raul. 13 out of 14, almost hit all of his passes. 129 in the air, but 2 touchdowns throwing, and then he carried one in for a touchdown, and he put 15 yards on the ground.
Yeah, Mariota doing it.
Yeah.
Doing that, playing that Oregon football again.
Doing some work. Aaron Jones, unfortunately, is kind of in his kind of low point for the season. I'm assuming it's going to pick back up. The Green Bay Packers won't stay like this for the rest of the season. They will make some adjustments, and they will come back. I don't think they will lead our division, but...
yeah, I'm undecided on that. That's a tough one.
I think they'll pull it together.
Yeah?
That's just me. Joe Mixon, 14 points, a little under projecting, but he still had a touchdown, not too bad. Justin Jefferson, again, a little under projecting, but he still had a 40-point reception, had 107 yards out of 6 receptions, still a decent day for him. Deebo Samuel doing work, again, still under projecting, but 12 points, not bad.
I think Deebo Samuel is going to be the one who takes the biggest hit from Christian McCaffrey.
You think so?
Coming over.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, because he's the wide back was the term used again. I don't think they're going to be using him like that as much more. They don't have to, right?
Right. They don't have to keep him
gets going.
Right. They don't have to keep him in the backfield for a run option anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
So
he's probably not going to get a whole lot more carries.
Right.
Which
he's going to fall into that slot position, and I think he'll regress, to be honest.
Bummer. But he's not on my team, so, Mark Andrews, like we talked about, he had his fantastic game.
Top tight end of the week, yeah.
23.6. And then Josh Allen, King of the North. 32.1, actually under projected, but still got 32 points. Still threw 3 touchdowns, through 329 yards.
Gross. Just doing it.
He's the reason Stephon Diggs had his amazing game.
Yeah,
so
Buffalo
Josh Allen,
having a great time.
Yeah, he's a good guy to have. And then the only person he really left on his bench was Chase Claypool. But I've been a Chase Claypool owner, and you can't trust that guy.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen, especially at Pittsburgh, because I don't think Pittsburgh is knowing what's going to happen.
I will say this. Raul does have Mark Andrews. I was trying to find another tight end on his team. And I was like, oh boy, I'm not seeing anything. It took me to get all the way to his taxi score to find 2 more tight ends, which I think both are huge. He's got that Dulcich for Denver, and he's got Bellinger in New York.
2 good people to have on your taxi.
Both scored a touchdown last week.
And definitely playable.
Yeah.
I do have Isaiah Likely, Andrews back up on my taxi
Baltimore,
squad.
yeah.
So, we'll see what happens. I don't think I'll play him. But, I still have a whole day to tinker.
Right.
Beetle, did lose this game, but his team played exactly the way it was supposed to.
Yeah.
He only underprojected by 1 point.
Right.
Which is great. Like, I love to see that.
Almost
I love to see those things. Like,
yeah.
You can rely on that. Of course, we want to see the big bust out, big points players.
Yeah.
But, unlike my team, I don't. Either I go way over projection,
right,
or I go way under projection.
Right.
It's just nice to see somebody hitting projection.
It's easier to lose a game when you know you did everything right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He got 144 points out of 145, which is great. Trevor Lawrence showed up, lost the game, but that was a really fun game to do. He was almost perfect. He did 20 of 22.
Yeah.
For 165 and a touchdown with 6 carries and 2 touchdown rushes.
I like that.
You can't complain about that.
Yeah.
That's really great. Unfortunately, Dobbins got hurt again, is out for knee surgery. Kenneth Gainwell is a tough play. You never know what might happen. And I think his DJ Moore play is going to be great going further because what I've read about Carolina is that they're going to start building around DJ Moore.
Oh, cool.
You know, they got rid of Robbie Anderson and Christian McCaffrey.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's 5th year. Good time to start doing something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, he's going to be a foundational wide receiver around it. Big plays for Beetle that week. George Kittle showing up.
Yeah.
Catching 8 of 10 receptions for 83 yards, getting 16.3 out of 11. That full point reception for tight ends really helps him out.
It's nice.
Chris Godwin, back from injury. 6 for 12 for 95. I watched some of that game. He was the check 2 guy.
Yeah.
You know, they put him in the slot a lot, so he's just, you know, he needs that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Gabe Davis coming back to reality after his almost 50 point game, a 46 point game the week before.
It's nasty. 46,
but still getting 14 out of 12 points.
And still over projection. Yeah, over projection.
Yeah, over projection, doing it. Marquise Brown's going to be a big hit for him. And Matt Ryan having a stellar game, 42 of 58 for 389 yards and 3 touchdowns.
These old guys are throwing the ball a lot. 58
well, that's what they know how to do.
Yeah.
Right?
They're not running.
No. Please don't run. You'll get hurt. Please don't do it.
Nobody's allowed to touch you anyways.
But I know Matt Ryan was on my radar at the beginning of the year. You know, everyone knows. And I'm all in on Indy. Everybody knows. But moving right along to the next matchup, yourself, Evan, against Mile High, the other Adam in the league. Really close, in my opinion, matchup. It was anyone's game going toward it. You were favored to get highest score, and then some things happened. Do you want to explain on that a little bit?
So yeah, it was going into the I think it was the Monday night game. I had Herbert and Gerald Everett playing the Monday night game against the Broncos, and I was projected to get the highest points, and I needed, and Mile High had Melvin Gordon, I think. Or maybe not Melvin Gordon. I think he had we had the Broncos defense. And then somebody else I want to say.
Austin Eckler.
Austin Eckler. Thank you. Yes. So it was going to be kind of, iffy for us. I was still projected to win, but as far as the highest score, I was projected to beat Johnny by like just a few points and got up there, but just didn't get over on that Monday night. Classic Monday night game stuff.
Yeah. You had Joe Burrow produce. He went 28 for 37 for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. One of those going for over 40 yards, scoring 44.5 over 26 points. Yeah. You can't, be bad about that. He had a slow start.
Yeah.
But I think he's back.
I think he's good. Yeah. They fixed the offensive line issue. He's not getting hit as much as he was. I've stopped keeping track of the sack stats because, he had 3 this game. And I guess I should have looked at that before I started saying this.
And speaking of comebacks, Alvin Kamara. He's back. Finally a good game.
Yes.
I'm sure that's been stressful for you all year. He got 15.4 points, hitting his projection. Really great. Ramondre Stevenson, of course, without Damian Harris there, he's going to be the workload.
Yes.
You might take a hit there, but, so. Waddle really had a great game. That fumble loss, I think, kind of ruined the game. Yeah. They had the momentum. I think they could have come back to win against Minnesota, even though I picked Minnesota, I believe.
I think you did. I think we both did.
But that's good. McLaurin having a tough time. I really think you should keep McLaurin in.
I think so. I think I'm going to see how this game goes with Taylor.
I think Heineke and McLaurin have a very close-knit bond. Because they played all year last year together.
Yeah, he's been in Washington for 3 years?
Right.
At least.
And Heineke's been in the league for 7 years. I was
talking about Heineke, how long he's been in Washington.
Gotcha. For some reason, I thought this was a young guy last year, but he's been around.
Yeah, this is 8th year playing. Yeah.
He's been around. I was quite surprised for that.
Yeah, he's been in Washington since 2020, so this is his third year there.
Justin Herbert for you, fully loaded.
Yeah.
Went 37 of 57. A little scary there. They did pull off the win against Denver because Denver gave it away. They didn't win the game. They won the game? You know what
it's
I
one
mean.
of those things.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But he definitely underprojected, only getting 16.6 points.
Yeah, it's tough.
Out of 27. I know you expect better out of him.
Yeah.
But do you think his rib injury is still bothering him?
No, because he's still throwing the ball 57 times.
That's a lot of attempts.
So he's able to throw the ball. It's just he needs to connect. I don't like that 37 out of 57. He missed 20 times. I don't like that.
Right.
But what are you going to do?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, Denver.
But Denver lost that game. They won the game.
Denver's defense is okay. You know, they've allowed under 100 points so far this season. Only one of 5 teams to do so. So Denver does have a tough defense. So I'll accredit the 20, incompletes to a good defense.
Right. Absolutely, I agree. And it was a fun game to watch. It was close. It was down to the wire.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Moving on to Mile High.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson didn't have his best game. He underprojected by 10, only getting 19 points. He 17 out of 32, 210 in the air. He did have a touchdown and an interception. Only 7 carries for 77 yards, which for a quarterback, you're like, hey, that's a lot. But for Lamar Jackson, that's about average. Just didn't have his outstanding
right. Yeah,
run game
I'm
this
expecting
week.
double-digit carries out of Lamar, to be honest.
Exactly. And at least, the 77 yards, I expect about 70 yards, 60, 70 yards per game. But the 7 carries.
But a few more attempts.
Right, exactly. Austin Eckler, that Monday night game, overprojected. Yeah. What's that?
I said he's been on it.
Yeah. He has. That was the only reason I was nervous about that Monday night game. Even having my quarterback and tight end in going against Austin Eckler, I knew there was a chance, hey, he could score 30 points, and the Broncos could score 20 points for their defense.
Yeah.
That's 50 points, and that was about what we were separated as far as my projections. So, it was a little nervous game, but... let's see, Robinson kind of underprojected. Drake London, he's having a little, lull right now over in the Falcons. Only got 5 points. He got the exact same score he did the week before, 5.5 against the Bucks. Juju Smith-Schuster, though, he had a really good game, 29.8.
Welcome back to football.
No
Heck
kidding.
Yeah. That's so fun. I'm so happy to see that. I've always liked Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yeah.
In Pittsburgh. He's got a good home in KC, and of course, it was going to be a passing game.
Yeah, I was so nervous. He'd only scored over 10 points week 3 against the Colts with 13. And other than that, it's been under 10 the whole year for fantasy points. Then he comes out and drops almost a 30 burger. So
right, and with Travis Kelce in line.
Right,
too.
Again, right after that, he also has Travis Kelce, and he got 19 points this week. 108 yards. That's without a touchdown. He got 90 points without a touchdown, which the week before we scored like 4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns. It was great. And it was fun to see posted to our group the Al Bundy mashup that Travis Kelce actually posted.
Oh,
like
okay.
It was from his own post.
So is this it's on the Facebook post?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to make this announcement now. I don't have Facebook. So I can do messages on the Facebook Messenger, but I can't see anything posted to the messengers because it just says not found because I don't have a Facebook to look at. So when I click on everything that like Johnny posts, I can't see any of them.
That's all right.
So
yeah, this one was good. The rest of them you don't have to worry about it.
I typically will see them.
Not sorry, Johnny.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sure I see them just,
But also it's 2022, bro. You don't have a Facebook?
I got out of Facebook in 2020 because 2020 I realized, people are terrible. There's some terrible people, and I'm good.
I just like to watch.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
I'm a complete Facebook voyeurist.
Oh,
I just watch. I don't post shit. No, don't get in my business, but I'll be up in your business.
I'm gonna look at everything you're doing. Oh boy. All right, let's keep going. Hunter Henry had a pretty okay game. He overprojected 16 points. That's with a touchdown and 61 yards in the air. And then Alec Pierce, a receiver for the Colts.
Yeah, rookie doing it.
Touchdown. I don't think it's his first touchdown of the year.
No,
of his career. I think he's had one before, but he had a touchdown and almost 50 yards.
Yeah, who does he play for?
You love him, dude. Your favorite team in the league right now for some unknown reason.
For some reason, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it either.
Oh boy.
Because they are on the bottom of the list.
Yeah, there's not. Yeah, I don't know.
They are not doing well. But I still keep believing in them.
And then, like I said, his Broncos didn't really do anything. So let's move on to the next matchup, which is fun.
No,
you
please
get to talk
don't.
about me, and I get to talk about you.
Oh, that's how it works out. That's fun.
It just works out that way.
Please,
you and Melvin.
Please lay waste. It was a bad showing.
Yeah, but you still won, 112 to 87.
Oof.
You won.
We suck.
You won.
Sorry, Melvin, but yeah, we suck. We sucked that week, bro.
Wasn't your best showing.
No.
But you still outscored 2 more people in the league that we will get to. Kyler Murray, tough stuff. 23 out of 37, 222 yards. He carried the ball 10 times for 100 yards, and one of them was for over 40. But got sacked 6 times. Can't do that. Fumble loss, interception. Only scored 17 out of his projected 30.
Mm-hmm.
Tough hit. Hopefully it's a bounce back.
I got quarterback issues, man.
Oh, he played Thursday. He had a great game on Thursday.
He did okay.
Did he? What do you end up with?
On Thursday?
Yeah.
We can go into that, or I can look it up right now.
We'll go into it after the break.
Okay.
Next up, Dalvin Cook, overprojected, 22 points, 77 yards and a touchdown from 13 carries.
Woo!
One of those, that touchdown was an over 40 rushing touchdown. So nice and juicy.
Yeah.
Extra
Well,
points.
I got lucky there because he wasn't doing anything until that one run. He was held in check the entire game until that 150-yard touchdown.
I mean, that's all it takes for those over 40s. I mean, one of those it's a complete game changer.
If that didn't happen, I might have still probably won, but by like 8 points.
Yeah.
Instead of 20 points.
Right. Montgomery, not having his best day, under-projecting. Only got 8 out of his projected 10.
It's a tough one.
Yeah. Herbert is going to be maybe making an appearance in your lineup, or either one of them.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's my biggest weekly conundrum.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad I'm not in your shoes, dude. I would hate to have to make that decision every week.
I was like,
sorry, but
I mean, David Montgomery is the number one over there.
Yeah.
But the coaches, even before the season, were like, "Oh, I like Herbert. He fits our scheme better."
Right.
But I mean, it's also David Montgomery.
But Herbert only outscored him by 1 point on your bench.
So I'm gonna play David Montgomery over Herbert.
Okay.
I think he's getting more touches.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna get more touches, which means more opportunity. And it's fantasy football, so you got to play opportunity.
You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael Pittman, 19 points, almost 20 out of his projected 13, 134 yards in the air, 13 out of 16.
Doing it.
Good 16 attempt number. That's
Yes.
nice.
I want that. I want that every week.
Getting a lot of looks.
Maybe not red zone looks, and that won't change. But
that's what you got Jonathan Taylor for.
With Taylor coming back,
unfortunately, in the
absolutely.
red zone. Yeah.
But
the thing is, you got to say though, because you're not getting those passes in the red zone, like we were just talking about, one of those passes is going for 40. I mean, you're just adding.
They
got to
get to the red zone.
Yeah, exactly. Even if it's not a touchdown,
because they're starting. Starting at the 10, right? They got to get to the red zone.
Right.
Give it to Taylor after that.
Right, exactly.
Right? But, every pass, let's keep it up. Keep it up, Pittman. I traded big for him. I want to see.
As long as he produces more than Breece Hall this year, it'll be a good trade.
Yeah. I also did make. Well, the bet wasn't confirmed, but I did bet Michael Pittman was going to. In our fantasy, outscore Tyreek Hill. I think I'm losing that now.
I think you're on your own on that, buddy. More than Tyreek Hill? Okay. It was funny because I saw T. Hill on your team. I'm like, wait, you have Tyreek Hill? No, you have Taysom Hill, who I am jumping forward a little bit because Tyler Lockett only scored you 2 points last week.
That was a tough one.
Yeah.
Coming off the bat from a 30-point week the week before.
Yeah, big hit, but you had to play him.
Yeah, I'm going to play him every week.
Yeah, and then, Taysom Hill, you actually ended up playing him last week. Got you 5 points. He does a lot. 2 out of 4 completions, 16 yards. He had 5 carries for 59 yards.
Yeah, I had
or
some
39
bye week
yards.
blues, but I got there.
I'm sure he probably wants to do a punt return someday.
He's just doing everything. He even had a bigger week the week after, but we'll get there.
Yeah. And then, like you were saying, Mike Williams, again, another guy that just really didn't do a whole lot this week, unfortunately. Only 2 points out of his projected 15.
Yeah, I got a boomer bust team.
Yeah.
It seems that way.
From this, looking at this snapshot, you would think so, because all of these players we've talked about have had huge weeks, obviously, which
Right.
is how it typically goes.
Right,
in
but it's
fantasy.
not consistently huge weeks.
Right.
Or if they are, I'm not playing them at the right time.
Right.
And that's me being a bad manager.
And then Rusty Bilson, there's a reason you already had him on your bench this week. He's just not being a very good quarterback in Denver.
Come on, Rusty
consistently.
Bilson.
Yeah, Rusty Bilson. Oh,
I will
boy.
never forget to stop naming him that. But yeah, I played up against Melvin, aka Randman. He had a tough week.
Yeah.
No one seemed to show up for him.
Oh.
Only one person over projected, and that was AJ Brown. Or as he calls him, AJ Busy Bee Brown. He scored 15.2 out of 14 points.
Yeah.
Other than that, Aaron Rodgers still, slinging the ball. He's threw it 41 times, only completing 26. Those things will change.
Yeah.
He's still going to throw the ball. They might be showing their age, but they're still playing better than Rusty Bilson.
Sure.
So, Michael Carter in a tough situation with Breece Hall there.
Yeah.
Was doing it really well before. Kind of thought that he might be the number one.
Yeah, he's close.
But it's changed now as time goes on. We could see maybe some trades in the future. But Michael Carter getting 5.2 out of 7.
Mm-hmm.
Algier, I thought would be better. Tyler Algier.
Yeah.
With, oh my gosh. What's his name?
Pickens? No.
No, out at running back at
Talking about Atlanta's
at
running back?
Atlanta. But
Cordell
Cordell
Patterson?
Patterson, yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Patterson out. I really thought Algier would really show up, kind of like how Kenneth Walker showed up at Seattle.
Yeah.
The rookie running backs, like getting their shot. Unfortunately, he didn't show up this time.
No.
He got 5.1 out of 9. Daubs, not being the number one receiver over there, did get 9 targets, though. That's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp,
Yeah.
of course. Not getting his projected 22 points, but getting 13. Still hitting double digits.
I mean, 22 is a tough projection.
Right. I think Cooper Kupp's going to get double digits in every game
Right.
that he's at.
Is that
Except
right?
for this week.
Every game has been double digits?
Yeah, it has to be.
Yep, you're right. His lowest game has been 13.2.
Which was this week that I played.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that he's going to get it. They got a bye week this week, so it's going to be tough for Melvin. Other than that, Christian Kirk doing his stuff over there, 4 for 5. He did have a fumble loss. I think that's his second fumble of the season.
Okay.
Something to keep an eye on. And
Now that touchdown, though, he's not sitting on a whole lot of points.
Yeah.
I mean, without that touchdown, you're looking at 3 points.
Yeah. It's I had Christian Kirk going into this season until I traded him.
Yeah.
With Melvin. But he started off hot, and I think he's kind of coming back down to earth.
Just a little slump. He'll get back out there, hopefully, Melvin.
Yeah, no, he's still a good play every week.
Yeah.
You kind of have to, because he's getting carries, he's getting getting targets.
Yeah.
Getting touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said,
So,
he had one this week.
Right.
Or last week.
Buccaneers defense losing to Pittsburgh. I was really surprised
Shocking.
by that. That was real shocking. I'm surprised there wasn't more broken iPads or whatever they're called on the sidelines. Just people smashing things on sidelines or pushing people over, because it was one of those games.
Yeah.
For So,
Oh boy. And then Carson Wentz did nothing last game.
no.
4 points
Unfortunately,
for a
he had
quarterback.
like almost 40 points the week before.
Right.
Back down to 4 points
Tough.
the week after.
Tough stuff.
Right into the last game.
Yeah.
Closest game of the week.
Closest game.
106.77 to 106.08. I almost thought stat corrections could win for Dan.
Oh, you only needed one. I mean,
Yeah.
plus or minus a point is
Yeah.
what Dana needed. Well, minus a point.
Yeah.
Dan's salty, but
I'm sure he is.
But he beat you by like a point, like 2 weeks prior.
No, it
so-
was literally the week before.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
you know he can go screw.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, I'll tell him that myself too. Heck yeah. But Daskell won it. He's
Yep.
4. Oh no, not 4-1 anymore. He's
5-1
5-1.
with Raul.
Up there at the top. Get it, Daskell. Good for you, bud. But doing it right. Patrick Mahomes leading his team, 34 out of 31 points. He had 25 of 40 completions. There's a lot of that going on this week 6, huh?
About
a lot of over 40s completing under 30s.
Yeah, we just talked about something with this exact same 25 out of 40 stat, barely over 50%.
Right.
Yeah.
Kenneth Walker, great play, good for him. Great rookie draft pickup. I expect great things from him. He scored 18 out of 12 points. Leonard Fournette also getting 21 carries and 6 out of 6 receptions. Doing a little bit of everything over there. Scoring 19 of 16 points. Other than that, they only scored 106 points, so there's not much to talk about. Geno Smith still had for me, a good game. He went 20 for 31, 197 yards.
Yeah.
Fantasy-wise, you're right. He didn't do it.
But
he only got 12
you don't get
points.
the touchdowns is why it's so low.
Right.
Because you're not getting, average, 2 touchdowns maybe for a quarterback a game.
Yeah, but I mean, Geno Smith is the number 7 overall quarterback in our league.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Nice.
Which is great.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to rely on him. That's going to do it.
Mm-hmm. Then over to Dan. Again, just barely losing. Cooper Rush, underprojected, only had 12 points, threw 18 for 38 for 181. 1 touchdown, but 3 interceptions. He will not be playing this next week. But we don't know if his time is done as a starter for the year. We'll see.
Well, it's done. Yeah. I mean, Dak Prescott's back.
Okay. I mean, they're paying him, so he might as well be
So
the starter.
Cooper Rush messed up once, and Jerry Jones is like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I'm a Dak Prescott man.
Basically, that's all I'm looking at. They lost 1 game.
Because he went on a 3-game tear.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. But, man, it's the Prescott show now. Nick Chubb and Tony Pollard, both underprojecting for Dan. Only 13 points between the two of them. 14 points between the two of them. Between the two of them, less than 100, or no, exactly 100 yards, 56 for Chubb, 44 for Pollard. Just not really good games for either one of them. CeeDee Lamb, he did have, 68 yards, 5 out of 10 receptions. He had 10 points. You add a touchdown onto that.
Right.
That's a
Potential is way up there. 5
Yeah.
out of 10. I mean, he's getting the targets.
Mm-hmm. And another guy, exact same way, Amari Cooper over in Cleveland. He had 12.4 for the day. That's because he had a touchdown. Only 4 out of 12, but that touchdown is what you needed.
Right, but the potential's there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you gotta start those people.
And then Alan Lazard in Green Bay, another guy with a touchdown on his team. He overprojected 15.6 out of his 11 projection. He's kind of that go-to guy. And now we were just talking about Dobbs getting so many looks over in Green Bay. It might be Dobbs and Lazard. But
and they're tied in.
Yeah. Tanyan. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Pitts had a good day. Kyle Pitts, his tight end, overprojected just a little bit. Again, another touchdown, which is what saved his day. And then the Cowboys defense, they overprojected, but they got a lot lower than I thought they were going to get with only 17.
They got the loss, and I think Philly, had the same score.
For the defense,
that's just the way it is. One thing I do want to point out,
please,
Teddy Bridgewater back in the lineup, getting 22 points.
Yeah,
really good. Really showing up that day after his head and elbow injury.
Right. Yeah, like 329 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah,
not bad.
That's really great for Miami, especially against a Minnesota defense. It's just fun to see that he was projected 0. I don't think Sleeper knew that he was gonna play.
Right. Nobody did.
But all right, that was our Week 5 matchup review.
Yeah, we talked about both the guys.
Week 6 matchup review.
Oh, I thought we still had, because you talked about Dask already, and I talked about, okay, yeah. So I got lost for a second. Make sure we covered it. I want to make sure we talk about everybody.
Yeah, because you all are awesome.
Yeah.
But we're going to take a quick break and come back and talk about our Thursday matchup and jump right into Week 7.
Sounds good.
Welcome back to Pigskin Isn't Just for Cooking podcast.
Oh, boy.
We're about to jump into week 7. But first, we're going to talk about the Thursday night football game. Mm-hmm. The best Thursday night football game so far.
At least the highest scoring, I think.
Yes. It was, and speaking of high scores, I think this might be, I don't know if we should try to pick a highest score, because this probably could be it.
I mean, it was 76 points. I don't think another game this week is going to be 76 points. I hope so. That'd be cool.
Someone lost the over-under on that, and they're pissed. But Arizona defeated New Orleans 42-34. I had no idea who I was going to pick, and I messaged you about that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't know either. Let me think about it. And then you were just like, fine, I'll take New Orleans. And
because Arizona had yet to win a home game.
Right.
So
which is great. You know, and I even talked about that at work. I'm just like, I don't know who I'm going to pick.
Oh, nice.
I'm just like, Arizona just can't win at home.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. You know, got a camaraderie. Find something to talk about, right? Arizona won. But I was like, fine, I'll pick the Zona. And then there was a big info dump about everybody not playing.
Connor not playing.
For Arizona. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I'm luckier at this than actual fantasy football.
It worked out.
You know, maybe I should start playing over-unders or who wins the pick'ems. But yeah, no, it was a great game. Even for the 3 pick six, was it 3 pick six? 2 pick sixes.
2 pick sixes, yeah.
For Andy Dalton. He still scored 39 points.
Crazy.
That is awesome. Putting Chris Alex in contention for highest score this week.
Yeah, I was hanging out with Dan for this Thursday night game, and, you know, after the 3 interceptions, it's like, ooh, nice. But it's like, oh, boy, even with those 3 interceptions and 2 pick sixes, oh, it's still not looking good.
They took 2. So in our point scores, you lose a touchdown points for a pick 6.
Right.
So he lost 2 of his 4 touchdown points and still got 40 points.
Yeah, so he would have had, 47 had he not thrown 2 pick sixes, the additional 8 points.
About 50 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yardage and the points for scores.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Which is would have been 8 points.
Huge. What a
So
great game for Dalton.
But it was a fun game. I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
It showed that, you know, on our what is it? The defense, Arizona defense on the waiver wire.
Yeah.
Still out there. I started with them. I dropped them this year.
Right.
But this is their best game so far. They did not start the year off well.
Yeah, not bad. 22 points, almost 23. Really good game for them.
Yeah, we might see them come off the waiver wire pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
Other notables for that game: Alvin Kamara, 11 carries and 7 for 9 receptions.
Mm-hmm.
Really great stuff. Benjamin, really stepping up in the absence of James Conner.
I own both of those players you just mentioned, Alvin Kamara and Benjamin. I played both of them on Thursday night, and
now you're in contention for high score, right?
Yeah, I am in contention. Yeah, it's
for
in
this
the
week?
180s. Yeah.
Yeah, my Kyler Murray got 20 points. He went 20 for 29 for 204 yards, a touchdown, and a 2-point conversion. He also carried it 7 times for 30 yards and giving up 2 sacks.
Yep.
Other than that, other notables, who is this? Rashid Shaheed?
Yeah, as a rookie for the Saints.
Yes. Still on our waiver wire.
On the trending up list right now.
Definitely. Scoring over 20 points in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
But that is the ceiling for that guy.
And that is because Michael Thomas is not playing. That is because Chris Olave is getting a lot of coverage because Michael Thomas is not playing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how long that's going to last because you got a lot of guys out there. You got Traquan Smith. You've got Deontay Hardy. You've got...
he's their return guy.
Okay.
So he's getting points from that.
Yeah.
And then he's scoring big plays.
He had a touchdown over 40.
Right.
So,
he had a touchdown over 40, and the week before that he had a touchdown over 40.
Yeah.
So he's not getting a lot of looks, but he's producing big plays.
Borderline a Devernay situation for the Ravens.
Right. I would say a slightly less than Devernay because he's not getting as many looks as Devernay.
Right.
But still considering, I considered him. I almost picked him up.
Yeah.
But I don't see from whom I might give up the boomer bust. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear you.
You know what I mean?
No, I looked at him too because, I kind of needed a receiver as well. I looked at him. I didn't end up picking him up. I picked up one of Carolina's backup guys.
Oh, the running back. I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. Rookie. And then I actually picked up somebody on the injured reserve and put him right onto my injured reserve.
I'm just like, oh, that's dynasty football right there. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn it. That's one thing I haven't done all season that I did all last season.
Kyron Williams for the Rams. He's on IR right now, but I heard something about how as soon as he's off IR, he's going to start getting some work. So I was like, I got a spot.
Yeah, he's
Why
going to be
not
doing
pick him
bench
up?
presses and leg lifts. He's getting some work.
Yeah. He's going to be working on helping Daryl Henderson do better. Yeah.
But yeah, you said Chris Olave. I mean, he did 7 of 14. He got 50% of his passes, which probably wasn't all his fault. I didn't get to watch the entire game, but he did get over 100 yards.
Overprojected for you, so
he's doing great. I think he's in. He missed a week, so his fantasy score isn't as high as maybe some other rookies.
Totally.
But he's got to be in Rookie of the Year contention at this point. I feel so, and I would love to see that just because
he's your guy.
I
and you've been talking him up.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, you got to
Heck
do it.
yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins, first game back, by the way. We got to bring that up.
Oh,
10 out
yeah.
of 14 receptions, 103 yards. Didn't think he was going to do a whole lot in the beginning of the game.
Smooth as hell.
But then came out hitting.
So he was just playing football.
Yeah.
It was great. I love to see it. He was catching balls, like bodying, defenses, and like not taking big hits, just having a great time.
Overprojected first game back. Again, Chris Alex has him. That was, like I said, Dan had a bummer night playing against Chris Alex, Andy Dalton, and
that's
Hopkins.
huge for Arizona and for Chris Alex.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna have
he's
having
got
a good week so far.
He's got the running backs to do it, and now he's got a wide receiver that can do it as well.
Yeah.
Big notable I want to bring up is Juwan Johnson getting 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I don't see what he did, but he caught 5.
Yeah, 5 out of 5.
Yep.
For 32, then looks like receiving yards.
Heck yeah. No, that was fun. And then, of course, Arizona D is what beat New Orleans.
Yeah.
The 2 pick sixes. If that didn't happen, New Orleans had the game in the bag.
Changed the game tone, especially because they happened back to back. I mean, the game was tied almost within 2 minutes of halftime, or it was. I don't know if it was within 2 minutes, but it was tied right before those 2 pick sixes. Correct? 14-14, I think. And then they went up to 28-14.
I could try to bring that up if you keep riffing.
If I remember the game correctly, because like I said, I was actually watching this with Dan. I was very invested in it because I had the number 1 running back on both ends of the ball with Eno and Kamara. I believe it was tied 14-14 with under 2 minutes or just over 2 minutes left in the half, and then those 2 just devastating pick sixes is what put Arizona up 28-14. Because I don't think they got a field goal before the half, so I think it was 28-14 at half.
So what I'm seeing now is that it was 7-3 Saints winning before the 2 pick sixes. So the Saints scored 7 points, a touchdown in the first.
Yeah.
Arizona only had a field goal.
Right. And
then the Saints scored a touchdown in the second, while Arizona scored 25 points in the second.
Right. So they scored. The Saints scored a touchdown in the first quarter and the second quarter.
So see, so it was Rashid Shaheed, 53-yard pass to Randy Dalton, put New Orleans up 7-0.
Yeah.
Rodrigo Blankenship from Indy to now Arizona had a field goal. So Saints still up 7-3. Going into the second quarter, Rodrigo Blankenship. So it was 7-6. New Orleans leading. 14-6. Taysom Hill with his 3-yard pass, touchdown. Right. So they were up by 8 points. And then Keontae Ingram scored a touchdown. And they got a 2-point conversion, having it 14-14. Right. And then it was the 2 pick sixes.
Yeah, right before half.
Yeah.
That was the reason they won the game.
Heck yeah.
Awesome game. Awesome Thursday night game. 76 points. That's crazy.
Yeah, that might be the highest one. I'm scared to pick, and I'm still gonna pick. Before I start picking,
Yeah.
I want to go into the bye week blues.
Yeah, because some teams aren't playing.
Yes. Buffalo, that's a big hit for all teams in our league who own Buffalo because they be scoring points.
That's a Josh Allen. That's a Stephon Diggs. That's a Singletary.
Yeah.
That's a Gabe Davis.
Yep.
And their defense.
Dawson Knox.
Dawson Knox, yeah.
Yeah, that's it's big. The Rams on bye as well.
You lose Cooper Kupp. That's about all I'm worried about. I mean, Stafford, yeah, but
I mean, that's a reliable 20 points.
for Cooper Kupp,
Yeah,
for sure.
That you're out now, and that's hard to make up.
Yeah,
anywhere.
But it's not as devastating as Buffalo being on bye.
Minnesota on bye. Dalvin Cook owners,
Stuff
Justin
for
Jefferson
you.
owners.
Yeah.
We're doing it, and Philly.
Yeah, I think Jalen Hurts needs this extra week after only getting the 6 points last week. I think maybe he needs this bye week.
They're still undefeated.
Yeah,
So
very true.
yeah, good for Philly. But
Are
yeah,
they really
maybe
still undefeated?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah, Philly doing it.
We are in week 7, and they will be undefeated going into week 8. So that's crazy.
Oh yeah, no, they're loving it at work. I got a colleague, Chef Phil from Philly. Phil from Philly. He's just loving it.
Nice.
Just loving it. A little shout out there for you. I doubt you ever hear this. But after that, let's go into our week 7 pick sheet.
Yeah, so coming into week 7, we've already done our pick for New Orleans and Arizona. Obviously, Leon won that by taking Arizona. So that brings his win total of the games that he has picked separate from me, 25 wins.
Ooh.
That's nice.
Woof.
That is tied with as many times as we've both picked the losing team.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna get it this
You
week.
are. So you've picked 25 winning teams different from the one I picked. I've picked 15 winning teams different from that you've picked, so you're crushing me in that. We've both picked the winning team 28 times, and we both picked the losing team 25 times.
Okay. Well, I like them both. That's my favorite score.
So we are in week 7 now. You will be picking...
Halfway through.
We are halfway through. For us.
Whoa.
Our league.
Man, already?
Yeah, already. Now is the next 3 weeks. Next 3 to 4 weeks is what's really going to decide how it's going to end up.
All those people tied for playoff spots.
Yeah.
It's really going to come to it.
It's going to happen to points. And if we have some time, maybe we can talk about it or not. But yeah, we're getting there. So you'll be picking a live for us. I have mine already picked and ready to go.
Heck yeah.
So you won the Thursday night game. Let's go to Sunday at noon. Atlanta at Cincinnati.
That at first when I saw this, it was a tough one. I really wanted to pick Atlanta. I really like what they're doing, but they don't have the full team like they had at the beginning of the season.
Right.
And Cincinnati's at home. I'm gonna pick Cincinnati.
Nice. I'm also picking Cincinnati. Joe Burrow, like we kind of talked about, he's on his bounce back. He's got a plethora of very capable receivers at his disposal, so I think he's going to have a fantastic home game. One quick side note on your second page, buddy. I've got the points scored for teams and then the points scored against, and I highlighted the top 3 and bottom 3 for points allowed, in case you need that at all.
Dallas, San Francisco, and Buffalo.
Yeah,
2 of them on buys.
Yeah. Oh, that's a very good point. Yeah, those are the 3 best teams as far as points allowed right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sorry, I didn't mean to go on a tangent, but in case you need that for your
All right,
picks.
no, it's fine. I don't need it. Thank you though. You keep going off that
Nice.
because I see what's happening.
Oh, I definitely do go off of it. Next up, this one was kind of tough for me, so we'll see how you feel about it. That's Detroit playing at Dallas.
I'm going for Detroit off the bye week, and Dak Prescott's gonna fall flat on his face.
You literally could not have said it any better than I could have, because that's basically what it is. I wanted to pick Dallas because, they have been a better team.
Did you pick
No.
Detroit?
Yes, I did.
You did?
Because
my man.
I want Dallas to lose with Dak Prescott this week. I want Dak Prescott, like you said, to crash and burn.
I don't want him to crash and burn. I just think it's gonna happen.
I kind of do.
I
think it'd be funny.
I think that's just. I feel like it's bound to happen. It's Cooper Rush has been better than Dak Prescott.
Right.
And he's getting no love. So I'm going to give him a little love.
Yeah.
And Dak Prescott's going to fall flat on his face.
Nice. Both picking Detroit. All synced up so far.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have Indy at Tennessee.
Well, Tennessee won the first matchup.
Because they've already played each other this year. They just did it 2 weeks
They played
ago.
in week 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm going for Indy.
I know you are.
They got the full team back.
Yeah. Taylor's back.
Who did you pick?
I picked Tennessee.
Okay.
Because-
yeah, all right.
Because they beat them, like you said, in week 4. I like Hunter Henry, who is coming off the bye week, I believe. Right? Wasn't Tennessee on a bye last week? Or no? No, they were not.
That's a great question.
Yeah, because that was the reason Melvin has blues, because he was out Henry and he was out Swift.
Right.
So, yeah, again, coming off a bye week, they're playing at home. I'm picking Tennessee.
All right. Sounds good. Indy gonna beat Tennessee. Got it.
We'll see. After that, we've got Green Bay playing at Washington, and up and down Green Bay playing at an up and down Washington, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I see an upset in the works, and I'm picking Washington. I think Heineke is going to come out with a bunch of fire under his butt,
I hope.
like he did last year. He was super fun to watch.
Yeah.
He might not have been the best, but I feel like he knows the team better than Carson Wentz. And with the addition to, was it Brian Robinson?
Yeah, coming back.
Back,
Yeah.
I think Washington's got it.
Dude, I hope he does. I hope Taylor comes out and just throws bombs all day. I hope McLaurin, benefits from a couple of them. I am picking Green Bay, though.
Okay.
I am picking Green Bay just because of what's...
It's a safe pick.
Yeah,
Good for you.
Yeah, exactly. It's a safe pick. And, like I said, I have very high hopes for Taylor on a purely selfish reason for my team, but realistically, I don't know if it's going to happen, so I am taking Green Bay.
Hopefully the $50 paid for him on the waiver wire will show up.
Oh, Johnny, the $50 man. Yeah, that was, there was
Remember
5.
when he was giving me shit for $16 for a taste of hell?
Yeah, there were...
And he goes for Heineke for $50? And he stayed up until 3 a.m. just to see it go through?
He had to know.
Bro.
He had to know. There was 5 bids for Heineke.
I put in $15, I think.
You sure did. Daska put in 19, and Melvin put in 11, and Raul went all in on him for $9.
Well, all he has is $9. That's all he's got now.
What's messed up is because I know, I almost went in on him too.
Yeah.
And, was going to bid $10. Because I know at least I am overbidding Raul, who I know needs a quarter.
Right. So I went back and I looked through how much people are betting. So at first I went in at 21.
Okay.
And I went back through. I'm like, no one's paying this amount of money,
right,
for any players,
right?
Even the good ones, and this one isn't quite a good one,
right? Yeah.
So
it's arguable.
I was pretty surprised. So I went back and I'm like, 15, 16 should be about the sweet spot to get it, because I feel like there might be an 11 or 12 out there,
right?
But yeah, I did not expect a 50. That was. I think that was Johnny drinking his Floridian swill and second guessing himself.
In that same day, because it was a big day for, I think it was the Wednesday or something when all the waivers go through. Trubisky got bought for $15 by Melvin.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not going back to that because I had just dropped him.
Yeah. And then Brett Ripon got picked up by you.
Yes.
Ended up grabbing him instead of Heineke.
Yep.
Heineke? How do you say his name? I keep saying Taylor because I'm trying to avoid
let's message Johnny. We'll see how he says it.
Yeah, Johnny knows how to pronounce names. He usually lets me know.
So,
okay, so after that, let's go to Tampa Bay at Carolina.
Oh, Carolina's in a fire sale. It's Tampa Bay all the way.
It's Tampa
That's
Bay.
easy.
Don't need to really say a whole lot about that.
That's easy.
So let's go just right to the Giants at Jacksonville.
This is a real tough one, but Giants are on the winning spree. I'm going with the Giants.
Yeah, I am too. Daniel Jones is becoming a very good quarterback. Saquon Barkley has been a very good running back.
Absolutely.
You've got a couple of the receivers that are starting to show up. Darius Slayton.
Mm-hmm. Even with their injured receiving core.
Right, exactly.
It's still happening.
Right, exactly. So, and Jacksonville, I mean, they're
there. They're the game is definitely winnable for Jacksonville.
Trevor Lawrence is almost there.
Yes. I mean, they got
Robinson
Doug Peterson
and
as the
Etienne is a really
coach,
good,
Etienne showing up, and absolutely, we're on the same page about that one.
Yeah, just this week, it's not them.
Yeah,
let's go Cleveland at Baltimore.
I keep picking Cleveland, and I keep losing.
Okay. Okay.
But Baltimore did lose a big game, and they're. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to still keep Cleveland. I'm going to go for Cleveland. Let's get it, Cleveland. Let's go. You guys got it.
Yeah, Baltimore did lose to the Giants. I don't think they're going to lose to Cleveland. So
Brissett's got it. They got one of the best running backs in the game.
Yeah.
One of the best running back tandems in the game.
Yep.
Yeah, come on, Cleveland. You got this. They're bound to get one back because they're losing, but they're not losing by a lot.
Right. They're kind of like how the Raiders are. Like they should be winning games, but they're just not winning games.
Right.
Yeah, I hear you. So I will be taking Baltimore for that. That was the last noon game. Let's go to the 3:00 game. Games New York Jets at Denver. Oof. Different quarterback playing for the Broncos this week.
Jets off of a big win.
Yeah. Against Green Bay. Is that right? Last week? Yeah. At Green Bay.
Denver out.
You got some running back issues in Denver.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Jets.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm going with the safe bet on this one.
Yeah.
It would be fun to see the backup QB come out and just be like, guess what? This is easy.
Yeah.
Get it together.
Let's ride.
You know? Right.
Broncos country.
Come on, Rusty Bilson.
Yeah, we're both picking the Jets. So the next 3:00 game, Houston at Las Vegas.
Vegas got it in the bag.
Yeah, I am also with you. Just talked
Home
about
game. Houston also huge potential. Started off the year great, but
got a great defense.
Just not following through. Of course, they have a great defense. They got a great defensive coach.
Yeah,
you know. So
yeah,
but yeah, Vegas is going to take it to them. Wait, well, I don't know. Is Devontae Adams, is he still in trouble? What's going on over there?
Oh yeah, we never revisited that.
I mean,
because he had last week off.
Right, they're down a cameraman. So.
Right.
Yeesh. I keep saying that. Yeesh.
Love it. Okay, Vegas over Houston for both of us, of course. 3:30 game, 3:25, however you like it. Seattle at Chargers. This was tough for me.
And potential high scoring game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Seattle though.
Nice. I'm going with Chargers.
Heck yeah. Good,
cool.
Good. We had a lot of similarities this week. I like our differences, but
yeah, they're good differences. They're both good game differences.
It's gonna be good. I think. I mean, Seattle's like Detroit. They're putting up big points.
Yeah.
Right, but they're just getting scored on like crazy.
Yeah, they're the tied for second highest scored on in the league, tied with Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah, at 163 points scored against them over. I did these over 6 weeks, so I don't have the Thursday game in these numbers.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine.
But yeah, they're 163 scored against them. Second only to Detroit, still at 170.
This has an OT potential.
Yeah.
Game written all over it.
Yeah.
I could see where the Chargers could absolutely win this game.
It's a home game for them.
But yeah, we'll see. I think Seattle's just gonna do it.
Nice. Cool. Let's go on to the last afternoon game for Sunday. That would be Kansas City at San Francisco.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I am actually going to pick Kansas City on this one.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
San Fran, yes, they picked up McCaffrey. They did it up, but overall, I think Kansas City is the better team.
Okay.
San Francisco's got some bad losses.
Sure.
One of them was, the Rainbow against Chicago, but
right.
if that showed anything, it showed how to beat this team.
Okay.
And I don't think they're going to have Christian McCaffrey. So,
right.
We might see Jeff Wilson blow up, being like, "Ooh, maybe I'll be traded."
Sure.
That's what we're looking at. Elijah Mitchell's on the IR. We're looking at the other running backs that they picked up.
Mm-hmm.
They could be obsolete. So they got to step up and do something awesome because they might be traded to get the picks, all the picks back that San Francisco traded for McCaffrey.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I am picking San Francisco, though, in this game.
Heck yeah.
It's their first game in 2 weeks at home. Last 2 were away. They've won both of their home games so far this year. And if McCaffrey does play, I think that's going to help the team as well as Jimmy Garoppolo. And, yeah, I think they're going to win the game.
Heck yeah. No, I the potential's there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. It might not be the highest scoring game. But, yeah, should be good. The last game, Sunday night game, prime time. Let's go Pittsburgh at Miami.
I'm going to go Miami.
Me too.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh had the upset last week against, New England?
No, it was
Tampa
against
Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
I get it. Tom Brady. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think they're going to do that against Miami playing in Miami in prime time.
No, and I think, Tua's back this week, right?
I think so.
Yeah, Tua's back. They were on it. They were doing it well.
Yeah. And last game is Monday night. That would be Chicago at New England.
New England all the way.
Yeah,
Wah, wah.
I hate to say it, but
Sorry, Chicago, but
yeah,
New England's on a tear. I bet against New England last week, and I knew I shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
Damian Harris probably coming back. Their QB coming back too.
Yeah, and it's a home game for New England.
It's gonna be a cold game, but Chicago's used to that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fun game to watch. I'm excited. I'm excited for that primetime game.
Yeah, and speaking of primetime games, I didn't even realize, because we've been talking about teams that have played a lot of primetime games, and actually Tristan brought it up to me last Sunday. Denver's played 4 primetime games.
Yeah, that's brought up in our chats as well.
Oh, has it?
In our league, being
I don't
like,
catch all of it. Yeah.
What's up with them having all this time? Like, do they really think Denver's gonna be all that? I'm like, oh, I think they did.
Is that
after the Russell Wilson trade?
Yeah,
but I don't know.
It's just owner money, pretty much.
Could be lobbying, right?
Yeah, trying to set up America's teams. Dallas Cowboys has classically been America's team. Broncos, I think, have kind of been the secondary America's team. You know, rednecks love them. You know what I mean?
They're sending cattle back and forth.
For sure. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. Cool. Yeah, that's our
stuff. I don't
week
know.
7 picks.
Denver's, I had high hopes for Denver this year. But
I know you did. You had high hopes for Russell Wilson.
I wanted to. Yeah. Come on, Rusty Wilson. Let's get it. Gosh darn it, the thing keeps.
Yeah, I got a little scary thing outside my window, and the wind picks up, and it makes it look like somebody is just standing right outside my door.
What's looking at me?
It freaks me out more than
real
anybody.
Creepy.
I will say Raul has hit the 30 mark in waiver wire moves.
Congratulations.
He's up to 30 moves.
Really
on the
doing
wire.
it, but it worked. I mean, he has the most moves and the least amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
But it's worked. And from the get-go, like I said, he did the right move in spending all that money on CEH.
Yeah.
And some of those players, because it's what's got him to 5-1.
Yeah, Raul and Daskell are tied for first place at 5-1. Johnny is in third at 4-2, and then tied, well, not tied, but all of the 3 and 3s would be Mile High, myself, Dan, and then you in that order for 4th through 7th. Melvin's at 2 and 4 in 8th place, and then Chris, Alex, and Beetle are 9 and 10.
Yeah, it's shaping up like last year, where there's a lot of ties for a playoff position. Yep. Hopefully, I make it this year. We'll see what happens.
I like the Raul Daskell matchup this week. The number ones. That'll be good to watch. Keep an eye on.
I'm rooting for Daskell.
Are you rooting for Daskell?
Because he's lucky. And this is going to make for great conversation.
Oh, boy.
It's going to be. Oh. Because, I might be at Bunny's on Sunday.
We'll
really?
Yeah. Tomorrow?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
There is a get-together for Big Spencer, who passed away recently.
Oh, right.
So I plan on being there.
Very good.
To pay my respects. He was a great guy, great friend. I had known him since I was 19.
Sad.
So
it's very sad.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope everybody keeps it together.
Yeah.
But other than that, thank you all for listening. This has been Pigskin Isn't Just for Cooking podcast. We did it. We're in double digits.
Yeah, 10 episodes.
And we're going to keep on going until someone says stop.
Stop doing this.
Stop, please. Stop. It'll be one of our wives, probably.
Right.
Like, you guys need to stop doing this.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. You're adults.
But thank you for listening. Enjoy and have a great football Sunday.
Yeah. See you guys next week.